I remember one experience when I was really young, maybe 11. I stayed home from school sick. I actually faked a sickness, so I could stay home. And I decided I was going to draw the tree outside my house. And I wasn't going to draw a tree. I was going to draw that specific tree. So I really paid attention to what it looked like. And
Let me introduce Rick Reese, a professor of illustration from Cal State Long Beach.
been interested in drawing since I was a little kid. And I'm 48 now, so 40 years of drawing.
With these 40 years of experience, Rick still enjoys working as a freelance artist as well as being a professor.
I've always walked in the gray area between fine art and commercial art. I had galleries that represented me in LA when we lived up there and had shows and things, but I always liked doing surfboards, skateboard graphics. I do music and concert posters for bands and band merchandising. And I always was drawn back to illustration because I grew up looking at Santa Cruz skateboards and the pus head drawings on Misfits record covers and stuff, and that's what I wanted to do. So I didn't know it was called illustration, but that's what I do. Yeah, I mean, at this point, that I'm bald and gray haired, I should probably grow up a little bit, but I just barely finished a skateboard graphic maybe 3 weeks ago, and I still like doing that stuff.
Even with all of this, Rick still enjoys teaching students the most. There's something special that he believes that he finds when he is able to teach students.
I enjoy being around young people that are curious. It's so cliche, but I really love my students. They're just super inspiring. It's one of those things too where teaching is, and all of this stuff could be considered, I guess, slightly cliche, but if I'm teaching a class of 24 people, they only have one teacher, but I get 24. And I've been teaching for about 16 years now, and I have learned volumes, probably more than my students have from me. I learned from them. So I really love that. There's this give and take in teaching that's really, really cool that I know a lot of people don't necessarily like it. I try to hire my friends to come and teach a class here and there, as adjunct instructors, and they hate it, and they look at me like I'm nuts. And the pay definitely doesn't keep them, But I love it. I get paid to talk about art all day and to read about art, and I just feel like I'm pulling one over on society. At some point in the future, 1,000 years from now, some archaeologist is going to find out that there were these people that spoke about art and society paid us. There is a pragmatic side to teaching people how to become illustrators. I'm helping them make a living down the road. And everyone wants to say, art, you can't make a living. Well, I've made a living, and I know tons of my students that do fine. They're in Hollywood, or they work on movies, or they, just do product art or storyboards or whatever. and I had a hand in that. That's really gratifying.